Subi, it's the final week of Rivals, and it's been a really good season, man. I didn't expect it to be as exciting as it's been. I think that compared to years prior, of course, I am just a rookie here, but I think it's lived up to some of the expectations we had in the beginning of the season. How are you feeling about how things have shaken out both in Europe and North America?
I think it's been kind of what we expected, and I've said it so much this season, and that is to expect the unexpected because you can't come into the season expecting, okay, I'm going to know who's going to get number 1 and I know who's going to get number 10 and everybody in
Yeah.
between. It's just not realistic. For me, I guess I'll just call it luck that I guess that Team BDS was going to be first place at the end of the season because it could have went any other way. There's so many good
Hmm.
teams in this league. When you look at pretty much 1 through 7, any one of those teams could have taken number 1, but it was just the consistency that I was most impressed with from Team BDS week in and week out, just continually playing just in peak form. And just to answer your question, like this season has brought so much clip worthy highlight reel goals, been some
Hmm.
ups and downs, some juicy storylines, and I guess it's just been one of those seasons that's been special. We got new commentators in, we got new host in. Um, and just to take, a moment away from the game real quick, like this has been a special season, like all of us becoming great friends and then stuff
Yeah.
going on around the world with COVID-19. Now we're working from our houses and still going on. Like I think it just goes to show you like Rocket League is here to stay. And I'm so thankful to be a part of it that we get to go along for this ride and this journey and we get to see what these players are going to develop into one day. We got to see in season 1 this player come into the scene and he won the world championship last season. That was Justin. Like what's going to be the future for these players coming in today? It's just a cool thing to watch.
It is, and I think it's cool that you never know, like, where you never know what 2 weeks will do. I think that's kind of the rule of either teams, if you wanna talk about performances, like, we've seen teams flip the script in 2 weeks and completely rewrite their season. I mean, even just for in general, you talk about Justin, of course, being now a world champion, like, you and I, we were discussing this, right? Like, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we were in the middle of Rivals, and all of a sudden, the world kind of goes on its head, and now we're at home, but we're able to continue Rocket League, which was a blessing. And that's one of the beauties of this game is that you can do it from anywhere, and it gives us the opportunity to continue to do what we love. But you never know what 2 weeks will bring. And I think that's what some of these players need to take into account, especially if you're at the bottom of the pack and you're wondering, what does my future look like? Where am I going to sit when I have to come back in for plans? You never know what time can do. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. Continue to try to evolve, make yourself a better player, a better person. At the end of the day, just have fun. You're playing a video game, you're playing Rocket League, you get to do it for hopefully some money. And at the end of the day, it is a competition, but you want to make sure you're having fun. And that's what it's all about. So I think that we've had a great season. I think that the playoffs in 2 weeks are going to be amazing, but this is going to be a good end to the season. We have some interesting matches. You and I get baguette again for the ninth time, but it
So
all works out, right? It all works out
we've literally had Baguette Squad every single
every
time that they have
single
been on
week.
stream. Outside of the B
Oh,
stream,
man.
obviously. We let those guys at Rival Esports do their thing. And again,
Yeah.
fantastic job all season long by them,
Oh, for
especially
sure.
last week getting to work with them. Great job. Great production, everything from them. And also the
Yeah.
production team behind what we're doing right now. Just fantastic season. Gotta just say thank you so much to everyone involved. But yeah, Baguette Squad. We get them again, but that's the next match. Let's focus on this one because we
Yeah.
have Notorious Legion going up against Servette Geneva. Can Servette Geneva pull off the upset is the big question, and we're about to find out.
All right, Subi, you said the key to this is cash. I said the key was cutting down passing lanes. We can mix those together. Give me a prediction for game one. What would you like to see out of Servette right off the start to get things going?
Not that. No double commits. We just saw Zafir and Mir go up at the same time, and Mir with the shot, but very weak, and Zafir is forced into a bad position up off of that side wall. But I just want to see good, crisp rotations from them and zero hesitation. That's one thing I've noticed from Servette is they sort of hesitate for that split second, and that's what's leading to these balls like that coming out from Matane. They just need to be decisive in their actions.
Now, one of the issues we actually discussed about Notorious Legion in the beginning of the season was they left the net open too many times. They were beat on transition, and their third man back was caught in rotation so often that it led to open goals, and that's really what led to their current situation of being at 4-4. But they seem to change that a little bit, and now, of course, they're in control of their destiny, no problem. They're playing for some extra money. At the end of the day, those mistakes have been changed, and we'll see what they're able to do next season. But to start off things, still 0-0. Cash gets a bump, but that ball's going to go back to midfield, handled by Matane up into the sidewall. And Mira couldn't get another touch, and back the other way. Before Yagi goes up for the challenge, and here comes Taz with an opportunity over one, and a follow-up. He baits the player out of the box. And Notorious Legion find the first goal.
This is just a nasty ceiling shot from Taz. No respect from the defender, and he makes him pay with that pass off the backboard. And Cash is going to ring that home all day long. 1-0 in favor of Notorious Legion here in game number 1.
And already you can see them applying pressure at midfield, but here comes a secondary chance. Taz will control it up into the corner, and Cash gets bumped out of the way and doesn't have the boost to follow up, so he has to go for a grab. He does get it back to midfield. Notorious Legion have the pace for now. It's going to be easily handled into the corner. No boost on the ceiling. And for a team that's really great at stealing midfield boosts, they've seemed to run out a couple of times when it comes to just getting a shot on net, and back the other way we go.
Yeah, but we did just see a boost steal in that back corner from Cash, and you can see the defense starting to scramble. This is a dangerous pass, and good challenge there from Mirwing. And Matane able to catch that. So far, Servette Geneva unable to break out of midfield. Another pass off the backboard, another shot, but that one just off target, and scoreline remains 1-0. And finally, this ball pushed into the orange half, but still no offense coming out from Servette Geneva. So far, only one shot on target, and it was that weak one right at the top of the box that we saw within the first 30 seconds of gameplay.
And after that first shot attempt, I really loved what I saw from Notorious Legion. They weren't overcommitting. They were allowing those two offensive units to move on in and try to find a goal. But Matane was sitting in the back line. He wasn't going to overextend if he didn't have to. Here comes a chance and a follow-up, and that's going to be a good goal as Yagi's able to put it under a defender, and they tie this game up at 1 apiece.
There was actually a touch right there from Taz. You see that orange trail on the ball, but Matane not able to get back fast enough. Either way, that one was going to be a goal, and Servette Geneva tie it up here, game number 1, just as we cross halftime.
Able to split the defense right on the edge of the box. That led to a good opportunity. Here comes Mirror, of course, the OG remaining player from last season for this team. Picked up 2 young guns in Yagi and Zafer. And so far, it hasn't paid as many dividends as they expected, but it's been a long season, and next season, I'm sure they would like to be back and try to fix their mistakes. It's just about one game at a time at this point, and of course, you're just playing for some money, and you would love to go out on a high note. And that ball, speaking of high notes, is going to hang. Mirrorwing will grab it. Up for Yagi. The redirect behind the back, not going to happen as Zafer will go off the back wall. That's going to waterfall down, but Cash will reel it in.
For some of you viewers out there that might be scratching your head a little bit when Spaceman says Mir is the veteran of this team, he means they're playing in all those tournaments, trying to get ready for rival series. But This is their first rival series together. All 3 technically rookies, but Mirwing, the veteran of this team. Just for some clarification, and so far we have a battle of midfield, no shots coming out. That's a dangerous pass, but great challenge from that man you were talking about here there. And under 1 minute to go, we're getting in golden goal territory, and it's looking like Notorious Legion is starting to slow up.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not as physical as we've seen them be prior, and they haven't created as many passing opportunities. They've been running out of boost fairly quickly in midair. That's a shot off the backboard. Zafer will carry it. Over 1, over 2. Cash knocks it away to the corner, taken away by Mirror. And again, we slow it down on the sideboard. And back to midfield. Taz following in pursuit. Matane will be there behind. Mirrorwing will grab it. 18 seconds, still a tie game. Here comes a chance, and it's knocked away.
No pressure put on this ball. Notorious Legion all day long, and that's a dangerous one. Cash almost got the touch. Mirwing gets this one away, and if this ball hits, we'll be finding our way to overtime, but not if Cash has anything to say with it. Gets the flip reset, the ball's still up, and just narrowly avoids the net. Overtime we go in game number 1. The Servette Geneva have done very well to counter the aggression coming out from Notorious Legion.
Mirror cheats out for boost. He does get the second tap, but it's won by Notorious Legion. And it will hang off the backboard. Who's going to follow up? Well, Mirrorwing is in net. Didn't get a lot of power behind that. Here comes a follow-up shot. It's not going to connect. Cash will slow it down. Zaffair will steal it away. Now Zaffair carrying. Never mind. Taz takes it and sends it back into the corner. Cash is ready and waiting. He's going to read it off the wall, and he's going to now carry it to the ceiling. Let's see if he can continue this play. Extends it, flips it over one, up for Matane. Can he spike it down?
No!
Yes, he can! Matane with a beautiful goal, and they take it in overtime.
Oh, the mechanics. Matane off the ceiling, gets his flip back, and somehow reads that ball. What an overtime killer.
Just plays that will separate you in this lineup, in this league. Notorious Legion get a very scary Game 1 win, but a win is a win, and at this point, it's all about the cash. And of course, you can see 1 goal. Speaking of cash, 1 goal, 1 assist, 4 saves, and 3 shots. He did everything. And you talked about him being a standout player. His defense has certainly led up to some of his offensive capabilities, and I think we could talk about that a little bit here with 4 saves on 3 shots. I mean, you can't ask for much more.
No, you can't. I mean, this guy is doing everything for his team this season. He has 28 goals, which leads the team. He has 24 assists, which leads the team, and 52 saves, which also leads the team. I mean, this guy is so fast, and this is what a team like Notorious Legion needed. Matane and Taz, fantastic players, but they're not the speedy boys on the team. They needed someone that could just hit that accelerator and not let off of it, and most importantly, someone they can trust. You know that when Cash is going up for a challenge, he's going to connect with that ball, and that's the difference maker right now in this matchup.
No, that's absolutely correct. And now we sit in a perfect situation for Notorious Legion. I think Game 1 was a bit rust, a little bit scary. Again, remember, Servette is 1-7. So this is a matchup that I think everyone should be expecting Notorious Legion to take, but honestly, who knows, man? It could go either way, but for right now, I like what I see from Notorious. On the other side, for Servette, they played that entire game great. They just didn't get as many follow-up opportunities on shots that Servette really, or that Notorious Legion had, right? There was a couple of individual opportunities, but other than that, not a whole lot on offense that we saw. Of course, that's really the reason why they lost in overtime, and just a great play at the end from Cash. But off the start, taken away by Taz, going to carry it right over midfield, challenged on the ceiling and won by Yagi, who gets another flip into the corner. Notorious Legion will handle it. Taz grabs a boost on the side, and he's going to have to fall back and play this one in the corner, where it looks like Matane will get a save, and he does right out of net. Yagi's going to challenge, but it's won by Cash again.
And look at that speed coming out. Cash almost able to reel that one in, but great defense and awkward redirect at midfield. Gonna throw the defense off. And Mir wins that challenge, but Matane there for the cleanup. Great rotations coming out from Notorious Legion on the defensive half, especially just past midfield line. And we saw Cash going for a demo there on Zaffair, not able to pull it off. But still back and forth, 1 shot apiece. Here's another one, but that one's easily defended by Yagi.
And Cash again with a win on the challenge. And you said he'll go for those balls, and he's doing it now. Taz couldn't get the extra lucky bounce. Height wasn't a problem. Then Cash comes in again, finds another touch. Zaffair sitting back at net. He's going to go up to the ceiling. Yagi will handle it. He's going to extend this one forward. Zaffair meets him in the air on a double commit. Matane actually takes it away. Now it's just a 1v1 in the net, and Cash pushes it to the back of the net. And just a great play and a great win from Matane.
Yeah, and we get to see what I was talking about in the pregame. Mir already on the ground. I'm sorry, Cash already in the air. Mir sitting on the ground, unable to react fast enough. And that's the difference between the rival series and being a bubble player. You got to be able to react and not hesitate. And right there, Cash made him pay.
Yagi sends that one the other way. Taz will stave it off. Zafair with a great hit, but Cash is in position again. He takes it away. Now Matane challenging. Neither player get a touch, but it should be Taz who controls it. He actually pinches it up perfectly, and Cash goes for the challenge. Doesn't win it this time. Matane underneath to spike it ahead, and Merowing intercepts again. So a little bit more aggressive from Servette than we've seen in the first minute or so of this game, but they did get punished on that double commit in the air, and they left Cash wide open. Can't do that too often. Taz slows it down. Zafair had to back up, and Merowing will control it, sealing one by Matane, and extended forward to the blue half. As Notorious Legion are looking to create an opportunity as Cash will spike it down. Can anyone follow? It's a great touch, but an even better save from Yagi.
Good save, good comms there. Yagi was low on boost, went for the side, and just narrowly saving that is Cash, but the pressure still remains from Servette Geneva. This ball at midfield, Yagi unable to find his mark, but they continue with the passes, and that one gets away. It's going to lead to a turnover, but right back into the orange half it goes, and Zafair misses that on the side wall. Could have continued that pressure, because right now Notorious Legion a little low on boost, but they all get boost up. It just takes a couple seconds, and just like that, the goal was open.
Those are the kind of plays you have to execute on. It doesn't matter what state your season is in. It doesn't matter how you're feeling. You cannot let an open goal like that slip through your fingers. That's the difference between a tie game and possibly an opportunity for Notorious Legion to come in and find a recovery. And they are looking to put this game away with 1:15. The team has to slow it down. Demo from Mirror. He somehow is still able to find this ball. Pinch down. Yagi following. It's going to go off the backboard. Can he waterfall it? Yes. Who's going to follow up? No one. Back into the corner. Notorious Legion could not get a response goal. And now they're looking to follow in. Cash tries to go for a challenge. Back to midfield. That one's going to hang for a while. Matane tries to reel it in. Zafair wins the challenge in the air. And Taz grabs the boost. So they have an advantage for now at midfield. But they are staving off this Servette push for about 2 minutes, and they've done a great job.
Well, it's because Servette, their positioning isn't the greatest. They're almost playing like a parallel line coming up and down the field. This is going to be a dangerous one, but nice pinch down the field. And what I'd like to see from them is like a staggered triangle. Someone pressuring the ball, and then someone sitting right at midfield, right at the center line, and someone on the side of whichever side the ball is on. And that way you can gather up those balls that try and come loose. Right now, Servette Geneva just can't create enough pressure because there's only one person trying to challenge the ball, and if it goes left or right, no one's there.
Still 0 seconds, a great shot. Matane spikes it away. And this one should touch. Cash is going to carry it now. He might just put the nail in his coffin. Oh, he just isn't able to follow in. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. As the time will run out. That ball touches. 2-0 to Notorious Legion. And unfortunately for Servette, they had an opportunity. It was basically an open net, and he just wasn't able to get the accuracy. I believe it was Taz who actually came out of the back of the net and was able to knock it away with 3 shots for Taz, 1 for Matane, and a goal for Cash. But on the other side, they had 2 shots, 3 shots, a couple of saves, not a whole lot. And you're just looking at this kind of just going by the books, right? Notorious Legion is playing the way they play. Servette Geneva is playing the way they play. And at this point, the story is already written. Again, it's just for Cash, but you got to give it up. I mean, Notorious Legion held off all of Servette for about 2 minutes, and they were able to just come out with a 1-0 win.
Yeah, and again, I've got to go back to the positioning of Servette. They did keep pressure well in the Notorious Legion half, but it just wasn't sustained for long enough. There'd be a shot, and then a couple seconds later, another shot. But they're allowing Notorious Legion to easily rotate through and gather up that back post and cover the net perfectly fine. I'd like to see him push forward a little more. And like I was saying, instead of trying to run like a parallel line up and down going towards the net, try and make a little triangle. Someone run the spear. Does that make sense? I don't know. Spear point? Sure. But
Arrowhead.
Run a triangle instead of a parallel line, and you're going to cover more of the field laterally instead of up and down.
Yep.
So you're more susceptible to those booming clears. But so far, Notorious Legion haven't been beating you with those. So make them beat you with those, and then you can try and change things up if it's not working.
I think it's funny that you bring up the booming clears, because that was really the Achilles heel for Notorious Legion for the majority of the season, was the amount of times they got burned on open nets. And they had another open net. They didn't get burned on transition, but you have to just thank your lucky stars that they didn't connect and tie that game up in game 2. And now another demo in net leaves an opportunity for Cash to make something happen. No boost will cancel that opportunity. That's going to go back up to the ceiling. But like you said, just kind of get Notorious Legion to play out of their pocket a little bit. Maybe you can burn them on a booming clear, but you have to find a way to spread the field. That's kind of their biggest issue, is just finding space. Slow down in net. Cash will carry, flicks it over one. Mirror will handle it. Never mind. Matane wins the challenge up for Cash off the backboard. No follow-up. And the challenge won by Mirror actually staves it out into the corner, so they save a goal. And Zafair is trying to bring this back to midfield, but Notorious Legion find ways to disrupt those plays.
Oh, got the reset. Got it under Cash. It was so unexpected that it worked. And it's their first goal here in game number.
You know, Subi, I'm kind of surprised that... Oh, I guess I should ask this in a form of question for you. Are you surprised that this series isn't a bit of, you know, a higher scoring one? Maybe not like, you know, 5-2, 4-1, 4-2. I'm surprised that it's gone down to the wire each and every game.
I would say no. And the reason being is Notorious Legion isn't a dangerous team. You know, they're not Team BDS. They're not RCDS Vendel, where they're just running the scoreboard on teams.
Yeah.
They're middle of the pack, and they've won some games by squeaking by. And right now, I mean, yes, Servette Geneva isn't the best team in the league. They're ninth, but they can still hang with you. Just give them enough space. They're going to just be along for the ride. And right now, that's what they're doing. Pressure isn't there, but look at that pass. Play. And right now, if Servette Geneva is going to have a chance, obviously hold on to this lead, but also get teammates involved. So far, they only have 2 goals this entire series, and both are unassisted. There's no team play present on the field right now.
Well, you want to talk about kind of a Dorito shape. That's really what Notorious Legion has been able to do. The dangerous ball that hangs in the middle of the box. It's a good demo. Here comes a chance. A double touch was perfect, but Zafair was in a better position to take it away. He brings it to midfield, a pass to Yagi, and won by Notorious Legion, now mushed to the other corner. And another challenge. This is dangerous. Somehow, Servette are able to hold on for dear life and keep this at a 1-0 game. I'm surprised with the shots they put on net and the way that Servette's been able to respond, and not only that, but take it out of their own net. But a win by Matane could lead to an opportunity. That's a demo from Notorious Legion. That's going to hang. Cash can't get to it. Taz doesn't have boost. He now grabs the corner. And again, Servette find a way to stay alive.
That was a great bump, and Cash gets the reset. Yagi with the save, and my goodness, Servette Geneva scrambling on defense. They've been 30 seconds right now with all 3 members so low on boosts, but finally able to get the ball into the orange half, but right back to the blue half it goes. They just can't seem to find a way to get into offense right now.
Well, that one's going to drop right down. Cash could read it. He will. Slows it down on the wall. Challenge won by Zafair. In contest, traffic. No one wins it. Out from Matane. I guess Cash was in a position to cut off that pass, but 3 players now committing at midfield from Servette. Matane won't get a handle. That's going to be back to the corner. Mirror following. Taz trying to read it. Does. That's a booming hit. Now Matane can follow in pursuit and extend this play. That bump sends it right up to Taz. He's going to send it up for Cash. A great pass, but no one can connect. 53 seconds. And I'm surprised with just how much time Notorious Legion has spent in the blue half, but they've not been able to find the net. Another chance from Cash with only 1 boost. Never mind. And Servette doing a great job of staying alive in their third.
Well, they just keep dumping the ball into the corners, and last I checked, that's not where the net is. So they need to try and Go for those infield passes. I've seen a few come out. Cash just got that boost, and he doesn't need to do anything as that ball just floats downfield and finds its way underneath the crossbar.
That was like a 2-point floater right over the center. I didn't think it had a chance, but my God. Tied 1-1. Game 3, series on the line for Servette. They played great defense for 4.5 minutes. They just needed the last 30 seconds to go their way, and unfortunately a floater ties this game up. Matane redirects it up for Cash. Off the backboard, not going to waterfall. Taz follows in off the ceiling, passes it to the corner, and Yagi steals it away. We could be looking at another overtime. We should be, unless a miracle happens. Yagi carries, flicks it over one by Taz. And this one is going to remain in the air. Should touch, and it will.
All right, another overtime. Game 1 went in favor of Notorious Legion, but can Servette change that? The shot almost there, but Cash Money read it well, and great flick. He still has the ball, somehow able to get possession of that. Good 50-50, and again, Notorious Legion making a statement here in the blue half.
Amir with a great defensive play out of the box to be able to read that ball. Just gatekeeping to keep this series alive. Taz wins a challenge somehow. No boost, however. That's going to go to the corner. Here comes a chance for Servette to get their first win of the series. Yagi still wins the challenge in the air. Ball remains in traffic. Going to drop down for Taz, who passes it forward a little bit, actually to himself. Mirror going to try to redirect it behind. Will not happen. Matane does grab boost in the process. A follow-up shot's going to go off the side of the post. And Yagi gets an unfortunate hit, as it looks like in transition, Notorious Legion might have an opportunity.
Oh, this is going to be dangerous. Cash with the shot just off. Good defense there from Mir. And the pressure still remains, but that one off target. Good booming clear downfield to Mir. Mir puts it on target, but Matane, great rotation back to defense. And that ball's dead in front of the box. And this is a fun one, Spaceman. I'm loving the pressure we're seeing from both teams.
It's good to remember that if Notorious Legion win this series, they are guaranteed at least 5th place, if not 4th. We'll see how these matches play out later today, but that's just something to keep in the back of your mind. Doesn't matter how the series goes, but again, they're staving this one out at midfield about 2 minutes into overtime. Mirror with a chance. It looked good, but it was won by Notorious at the end. Cash off the ceiling, could not follow in. Taz slows it down, sends it back to the corner. Yagi will handle it, and Matane cuts it off. I love how Zafir is playing on top of Cash on the side of the wall, like refusing to let Cash get a touch. And he finds a way to win the challenge on the other side. That's going to go off the backboard. Yagi will handle it. And Yagi will carry.
I wonder if that could be a game plan. You almost play like a spy defense on one player, or like a box in one, where you're just focused, but when Cash is winning 50-50s like that, it's good night, and that's what we're going to bid Servette Geneva. Good night, as they just got swept by Notorious Legion.
Zafir was there for the challenge, but it was all of Notorious Legion in the front of the net. They win it 2-1. 2 overtimes in this series. At the end of the day, it's a 3-0 win, which means they are sitting at least 5th place